Yes, this week I am Dr. Potato. To paraphrase Austin Powers, I didn't go to potato medical school for 4 years just to be called Mister. And the other thing I like about this outfit is that I can disappear, but my badge stays. I don't really get that, but it's the way it works. And who am I to question? I don't build these things, I just live my life. But you, excuse me, have mismeasured your way to Palm Swipes After, a prescient prophylactic of the latest episode of Mom Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle aged women taking their sexy ginas to Ukraine. This is episode 29, about MSL episode 168. I'm your host, Dr. Pomme de Terre. A lot of interesting medical tidbits on this week's show, starting with how Jen and Carol's periods have synchronized with Judy Bloom's. And then, as usual, with the attention span of a fruit fly, they non sequitured from uterine ablation to popcorn titties, which I would like to see a combination of if you popped a squat over a popcorn pot with oil, and a kernel popped up your gooch, you could burn off that uterine lining like nobody's business. There's a word for it. What's the medical term? Go ahead, scream it out. Endometriosis is the disease, so endometrium. Got it. I'm going with that. There were some phone calls to dial a something numbers, which no, I never did prank calls when I was a kid. That's just mean. Colin Oates was fun and reminded me of the They Might Be Giants dial a song answering machine that was so way ahead of its time back in them 80s and early 90s. I looked it up and I dialed the number, and while I got a busy signal, caller ID did tell me that it is now Captain Foxheart's Bad News Bar and Spirit Lodge. Who wouldn't want to go there? Jen is in love with Vladimir Zelensky and the way he plays the piano with his, or she'd like him to play her piano with his dick. Have you seen that clip? The man's a comedic genius. And once again, we're promoting the hashtag Free Bleed movement. Now it's Free Bleed Ukraine with the Middle-Aged Women's Army, MAWA. Piss cramps. Haven't had that one. I've had asshole cramps. I used to get a cramp in my jaw once in a while and thought I was having a stroke. Oop, little did I know. I'm kind of curious whether Carol will suppositize her mother, because, those things don't just go up your butt themselves unless you're cleaning naked and happen to fall on one. And whatever happened to good old VD? We went from VD to STD to what? DI, you say? Or to STI? But I like venereal. Very happy to see the introduction of the baloney mask TikTok challenge. I have a question whether you could call exploding semen, the story about exploding semen, abominable. I have a little bit of a grievance with Jen talking about guys who come potatoes. I take that a little bit personally. I don't really get it. Does that mean they have pica and eat dirt? In my experience, jizz smells like brie and sometimes cucumbers, but I haven't sampled many. Darn, I forgot to look this up. Are crows in the magpie family? Because magpies are super smart. I heard a story recently that I can't remember now about magpies doing something really smart. Oh, they were taking some kind of tracking collars off to thwart the scientists. Weren't Heckle and Jekyll magpies? Though now they feel racist too. So many things have changed. It's hard to keep up with it all. You know? See you next week. Enjoy your bodies. They are temples.